Hi folks, welcome to Coding Sutra. We are glad to present our first course which is based on implementation and development in ServiceNow. So let's get started with our first module which is Introduction to Development and Scripting in ServiceNow. By the end of this video, we will be writing our first Hello World code in ServiceNow. So what is ServiceNow? Basically, ServiceNow is a cloud-based company which provides SaaS platform, that is software as a service platform. By using this platform, we can develop custom applications based on our requirements. ServiceNow was initially started in ITSM space where it quickly grew and monopolized the industry, but it didn't stop there. ServiceNow has currently presence in various areas like ITOM, that is Information Technology Operations Management, ITBM, that is Information Technology Business Management, AD, Application Development, Security Operations, etc. If you are interested in knowing what ServiceNow is capable of, I recommend you to visit servicenow.com for the list of all products. Now, let's sign up on the official website in order to get the out-of-the-box ServiceNow instance. Step 1. Go to developer.servicenow.com. Here, you have to first click on Create an account. Fill all these details and click on Sign up. After signing up, you have to sign in again. Then there will be a option Manage. Under that option, there will be a instance link after choosing the version. In the description, there will be a link in which step-wise procedure is given in order to get a developer instance. So I have already signed up and I already have the instance. So I will just log in here. So this is the UI for the out-of-the-box developer instance. Out of the box is the old saying in the IT world, which means the collection of by default functionalities when you get the product. And the most important thing is everything is a record in the database. ServiceNow uses MySQL database in the backend. Due to this, almost everything is a record in the table within the instance database. For example, if we are talking about incident, then it is nothing but a record in the incident table. Similarly, if we are talking about any business rule, then it is nothing but a record in the business rule table. If you don't know anything about business rules or incident, then don't worry, there will be a separate modules for each and every topic. So now let's roll the intro.
देखा है मैंने लोगों को हंसते हुए मेरे मुंह पे हंसी बदल गई स्माइल में जब जेब में बजे थोड़े रुपए
Prerequisites. Basics of ServiceNow. Basics like how to create a table, how to create a catalog. Don't worry if you are not aware of such things, just follow our videos, you will get to know each and everything. ServiceNow administration knowledge is preferred. JavaScript is required. Even if you don't know JavaScript, then don't worry. If you know C or Java or any other programming language, then it's enough. And the most important thing that you need is motivation to. So now let's talk about the releases. At the time of recording, the latest release is Orlando. It may be different when you are watching this video. ServiceNow follows a 10 to 12 month release cycle. Future releases are named according to the alphabetical order. Like in 2020, the latest version is Orlando and it was New York in 2019. Releases consist of three things: feature releases, patch releases, hot fixes. Feature releases, it is group of all the new features. Patch releases, it is nothing but the collection of problems which were fixed earlier. Hot fixes, nothing but it is a fix to a specific problem. The important thing to note here is a patch release may contain many hot fixes. And to check the release version of an instance, type stats.do followed by enter key in the application navigator. So let's try this in our personal dev instance. So this is the application navigator. We have to write here stats.do and press enter. So we can clearly see build name is Orlando. The version which we are currently using is Orlando. Depending upon the license and agreement, usually customer receives three types of environment: developer environment, test environment, and production environment. In development environment, admins and developer can perform customization and modification without impacting the production data. Typically, development work is done on the development environment. Once work is completed, then it is pushed to test instance for user acceptance testing. Once testing is done, then work is finally pushed to the production instance. There is also a concept of cloning instances. It is the best practice to keep all the instances as similar as possible, especially test and production instance. Now the question arises, how do we push changes from dev to test? It can be done via update sets. So, update sets are used to record customizations and configurations. They are used for moving changes from instances like dev instance to test instance and test instance to production instance. If we have updated a particular business rule multiple times, then the most recent update of business rule will be captured in the XML snapshot of record. This is just an introduction to update sets. There will be a particular module video in which we will be discussing this topic in details. So let's discuss what are the things which are captured in the update sets. So customizations, tables and fields, reports, workflows and forms. And the things which are not captured in update sets are data, new records, CIs, schedules, users, groups. If you want complete details which things are captured and which things are not captured, you can refer official documentation. Now let's talk about the ServiceNow stack. Stack is nothing but a group of technology what ServiceNow uses. It uses Apache Tomcat web server, J2EE application server, MySQL database, and Rhino JavaScript engine. This is the basic pictorial representation of client-server architecture in ServiceNow. Firstly, client requests something in the browser. With the help of internet, it reaches to the ServiceNow data center. Now, load balancer will analyze the request and it will find that which web server can fulfill this request. Web server processes the data, then request is forwarded to application server. Now, application server will perform some certain core logic or business logic, then SQL is generated and passed to the certain database server. Finally, response will be fetched and sent back to the client. Let's talk about the most important thing in ServiceNow, tables. Tables are the backbone of any application in ServiceNow. There are over 2000 tables in the ServiceNow, which are known as out-of-the-box tables. We can create or modify tables as per the requirement. We can interpret table in two views, form view and list view. So for the demo purpose, let's move towards our instance. Now let's go to the application navigator and type incident.list followed by enter. The list view of incident table consists of incident records. Similarly, if we type incident.form in the application navigator, then the form view of the incident table will be opened. This is the form view which was opened when we have typed incident.form, and this is the list view which was opened when we have typed incident.list. So
So
after talking about form view and list view, now let's create a custom table. So let's go to our instance and type table. Under system definition, there is a module called tables. Click on this. So there is a button called new. So we will create a new table. Let's give it a name as demo table. U underscore demo underscore table is nothing but the backend name of this table. So let's save it. Right click on this and save it first. Now there is an option called table columns. We will create our new columns. So let's click on new. So let's make a string type field and column label as name. U underscore name is nothing but the backend value of the name column. So let's save it. So we have created a column in demo table. So now we will check our list view of our demo table. So we have created a table by name demo table. So let's type the backend name of our table u underscore demo underscore table. For list view, type list dot list and press enter. Now the list view will be opened in this tab. Since we have not done any entries yet, so this table is empty. So now we will open our form view of our table. So u underscore demo underscore table dot form. This is the form view of table. Now we will type some name. Let's say Coding Sutra and we will submit this. So this is the record, or we can say this is the list view of our table. If we have just created a demo table and seen its list view and form view. There are over 2000 out of the box tables in ServiceNow. It's not realistic to cover each of them here in this list. So this is the list of majorly used out of the box tables. Task table is the parent table to the incident, problem, change, etc. Don't worry, we will covering all different tables in various practical scenarios. So what we have studied till now. Instant database contains many tables, over 2000 tables out of the box. Each table contains many records. Each record contains various columns. Now, it is clearly shown in the picture that each row is a record. In each record, there are several columns like number, short description, etc. Now, let's move on to the main part. What is scripting? Scripting in ServiceNow is extremely powerful and can be done to customize the instance with the help of JavaScript. ServiceNow provides classes and methods which can be used to enhance and customize the platform functionality. For example, glide classes and its method. So there are basically two types of scripting, client-side scripting and server-side scripting. So client-side is nothing but user's browser where form is loaded and usually request is generated. If we think logically, we are currently having access to the current form, fields and values and UI elements. So with the help of client-side scripting, we can manipulate current form, fields and values by using various client-side APIs like GlideForm and GlideUser. Now, server side is nothing but backend in general term. It resides in ServiceNow data centers. It performs business logic and application logic, and response is returned. If we think logically, we have currently access to the database. So we can perform manipulation to the database, CRUD operations or queries with the help of business rules or server-side APIs like Glide Record, Glide System and Script includes. Now the question arises, why scripting is necessary? If customization is possible without using any scripting, then it is the best practice that you must avoid scripting. Now the question arises, when scripting is necessary. It is necessary mainly in cases of integrations, complex business rules, client scripts, UI action, complex transform maps, service portal, custom apps. Apart from ServiceNow APIs, we can also use various third-party libraries like AngularJS, jQuery, etc. Service Portal is one of the most complex modules in ServiceNow where Angular is used for UI development. Now, I would like to introduce my personal favorite module in ServiceNow, which is Background. It is nothing but a playground for coders. Here we can write server-side scripts in order to check whether we are going in right direction or not, in order to perform certain logic. Now it's time to write our first code in ServiceNow. So let's get back to our instance. So So, in order to open background scripts module, we will type background in application module. So, it is under the system definition, it is present scripts background. We will open it. So, now here we will use GS. GS is nothing but a global object of Glide system. We will study about it in depth a bit later. It has a method called print. In this, we have to pass the string or whatever we want to print on the screen. So say this time we will print hello world. And we will click on the run scripts. And we can see that it is clearly shown in the output hello world. So it was our first program. Thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you have enjoyed this session. Hey, see you soon in our next video.
देखा है मैंने लोगों को हंसते हुए मेरे मुंह पे, हंसी बदल गई स्माइल में जब जेब में बजे थोड़े रुपए। देखा है मैंने लोगों को हंसते हुए मेरे मुंह पे, हंसी बदल गई स्माइल में जब जेब में बजे थोड़े रुपए।